Colleague Ayton. I'm a member of a residents' organisation which supports the rights of tenants, leaseholders and shared owners. I'm a resident of the recently merged Notting Hill and Genesis, and I've been a resident for 39 years. Most of what I'm saying is going to come from experience. The 2016 Housing Act has deregulated housing associations, which allows them, without public scrutiny, to sell off our social homes and change their constitution in order to downgrade their social ethos. Our merged organisation, Notting Hill and Genesis, no longer provides social housing as the main object in its rule. There are no elected residents on any committees of the newly merged Notting Hill Genesis, nor was there any in the previous associations. The example, the Customer Service Committee of Genesis was created in 2016 without any discussion with the residents. There are 3 resident representatives who were selected in secret. The basis for their selection is not known, and I do not know if the committee still exists. In Genesis Housing, the resident board members were selected by the board. They've earned £6,500 per year in 2016. We know nothing about the process of selection except that there were interviews in 2017. The criteria used, makeup of interviewing panel, what was asked, all remains a secret. And we do not know how the 2 resident representatives on the Notting Hill Genesis board were chosen. We do not know how they vote, what they say in meetings, or what they are paid. This kind of fraudulent representation seems to be the norm. The lack of democracy also extends to so-called consultations with residents. The consultation with Genesis Housing Association and Notting Hill Housing about the merger is still a secret. 170,000 residents have no idea of what the results of the consultation was. They had no vote in their future, and a request for the ballot was rejected. This means that all forms of resident representation tends to be a selection process where token, cherry-picked residents are selected by the board and led to support decisions the board want. All this conducted in secrecy, as no resident sees board meeting minutes or knows how resident representatives vote. It is a completely fraudulent process which undermines the social purpose of housing associations.
Thank you.